All right. Okay. Well, Dr. Jenkins, thank you very much for joining us today. The first thing we wanted to know about, you being the history professor that you are, we thought, and also being the expert on the University Honors Program that you are, we thought you might be the best person to just kind of give us a bit of a brief oral history of the University Honors Program here at Arkansas Tech University as you know it.
Well, when I was asked in, I think, January of 1998 if I would take it on, I think the program had actually existed for a couple of years, but it had already had a couple of changes in director, and so it had gotten off to kind of a false start. So I started with, I think, 10 students and a curriculum and really nothing else. So I kind of had to invent it from scratch.
What was that process like?
It's been very busy. It's an ongoing process. 22 years into it, I can't really say that we're through. There's always something else that we need to address or something that we can do better. But it's been fun. It was shocking to me when I realized that I had been in the position for, I think, 20 years. That just sort of arrived and hit me on the head. But it's been pretty nonstop, and I have met some wonderful students and some delightful faculty and staff on campus through these wonderful students. And so it's been very, very rewarding.
What would you say, as we sit here in almost 2020, what would you say are the strengths of the University Honors Program at Arkansas Tech?
Well, the students get a lot of individualized attention because the honors classes are smaller. We have kind of there's a built-in peer group from the moment the freshmen arrive on campus to start the fall of their freshman year, and they seem to know each other before classes even start. In fact, I've always teased them that when I'm walking down the hall towards my Honors 1003 class, it sounds like the parrot house at the zoo because I have so many things to say to each other. And that's a good class because we discuss current events, controversial issues. They get to choose the topic for each week. I find the readings and then we hammer it out, hammer and tongs. But besides the small classes, they have opportunities for individual research. Sometimes they collaborate with professors on their research, and sometimes it's like something completely new, which is a very good thing to have experience in before you go off to grad school or law school or medical school or whatever. And what's very rewarding is last week I sent out a call on Facebook to get some career updates from some of our graduates, and they do wonderful things. I've always promised them that I was going to be happy to take credit for all of their sterling achievements, and so I do. But I'm so proud of them. They do amazing things. So that's been very rewarding too. And then, just hearing from them and seeing pictures of their children and hoping their children are just exactly like they were. But anyway, it's been fun. And also, they get special recognition at graduation. And I like to think that they have some opportunities that they have earned through their hard work.
And I know another special part of the program has always been a community service element.
Oh,
and that
absolutely.
has developed and kind of taken a new turn here in recent times. How has taking on the leadership of the Green and Gold Cupboard, how has that influenced or maybe kind of changed the way that works?
That's been so rewarding. That's our campus food pantry for students, for staff, for faculty, for retirees, for anybody who needs it. I tell the students our goal is not to necessarily feed the poor. Our goal is to help people. Everybody's been in this situation at one time or other where the month is a little bit farther away, the paycheck is a little bit farther away than you need, and maybe you've got to decide whether you're going to go get some groceries or buy gasoline for your car. And we don't want people to be in that position. And so we don't ask for anything except T numbers. And we have people fill out a checklist of the things they prefer. And we're open during the semester. We're open 3 times a week, and members of the tech community, the tech family, can come and get a couple of bags of groceries, and we love that. We just absolutely love it. We have been so well supported by the staff senate, the agricultural department, history and political science. I mean, we've SGA. We have had such largesse from these groups because they keep our shelves stocked with groceries. And then we also had an honors senior, Danielle Duggan, provide us with a $2,500 check that she was awarded by Tyson's for something she won. And she was able to give the money to whatever organization of her choice, and she gave it to us, and we were thrilled because we don't have our own budget. And so that'll be helpful in keeping us stocked with plenty of cans of chicken noodle soup. You'd be surprised the world runs on chicken noodle soup. But we have peanut butter, and we have, Tyson's gave us 10,000 pounds worth of breaded chicken strips in August. And so that's been very rewarding, and a lot of honors students volunteer for the pantry, and we've enjoyed that connection.
Education, when it's at its best, is several things, but I think 2 of them are that it's a people first endeavor, and then it's also it's a two-way exchange. The teacher has a positive influence on the pupil, but then also the pupils have a positive influence on the teacher. How have the university honors students that you've had a chance to work with over these last 22 years, how have they positively influenced you?
Well, just the sheer variety of students from different backgrounds has been eye-opening. And I've learned so much about, I don't start off as a naturally patient person, but they have been wonderful about teaching me patience. They have been wonderful about helping me see that we can always figure out an answer. If we seem to have an insurmountable problem, we can always come up with some sort of creative resolution to a problem. So now we have, for instance, for students who have conflicts with required honors courses, at a certain point they may be able to do an honors contract course where they take an upper division course in their majors and get honors credit for it. We change the curriculum from time to time to make sure that it meets the broadest need. And I don't know, there's just an endless variety of things that they've taught me. I really have enjoyed it. It has been a wonderful learning experience, and I cannot imagine a better way to have spent the last 22 years.
Well, in the spirit of that two-way exchange, we have something here that we'd like for you to watch. You can just press play there.
Hi, Dr. J. I just want to thank you for showing me what it means to have integrity in my work and for showing me what it means to take pride in my education. And I just want to thank you for also showing me the proper way to shake someone's hand. Because every time I introduce myself and shake someone's hand, I always hear you in the back of my mind telling me to shake it like you would a man's. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I am super thankful for the part that you played in my education.
Dr. Jenkins, I'd like to take a moment to thank you for all that you've done for Arkansas Tech students over the years. I know in my personal case, I certainly wouldn't be where I am today without your time and investment in my life. Whether it was learning about the world in the classroom or joining you with other students across the globe to experience the world itself, you helped me understand the broader context of history and the different perspectives that exist around the globe. But most importantly, you helped me understand what I was capable of and what I could achieve if I just set my mind to it. I know that my case is just one of many, and you continue to invest in the lives of students each and every day to ensure that they're achieving their success and the best that they can be. Thank you.
Dr. J, thank you for allowing me to be a part of the honors program at Arkansas Tech. Through it, I met 2 of my very best friends, and we had a fabulous trip to Paris with you. But most of all, I thank you for believing in me and giving me the opportunity to be a part of the honors program, because without it, I'm not sure if I would have gotten into medical school or not. So you were the person that gave me that first foothold that I needed to achieve my lifelong dream. Thank you.
Dr. Jenkins, hi. And thank you. Thank you for giving so much of yourself to the University Honors Program. You have given your time, your energy, your talents, your brilliant mind, and your heart to the program for, I can't believe it's been like 20 years. I mean, I had to be one of your first classes, and I'm only 22, so how is that possible? But seriously, thank you so much for what you've given to the university and to students like myself. You taught me so much about life. You were such an example and a role model of a strong, independent woman. You taught me that it's okay to be all of those things. And you, of course, were incredibly brilliant. You showed me the world. You chaperoned a trip to Europe that I will never forget. So thank you for that. You taught me a lot about life, lots of life lessons, and gave lots of advice along the way. One piece of advice that I still remember to this day, and I thought about a lot, and I think it's important that all young people hear this. You said that you should never name your children any name that didn't sound like a Supreme Court justice's name. And you know what? I thought about that when naming my children. I hope you approve of their names. Thank you so much for everything you've done, and you're just awesome. Thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And those are just a few of the examples, but
And I did say that. I said, don't name your children things that they can't carry into the Supreme Court with them. That's so sweet.
how does that make you feel?
Oh, overwhelmed. But I've been the lucky one because I've been exposed to all of these wonderful students.
Well, Dr. Jenkins, you are one of so many examples of the support and empowerment that the faculty and staff here at Arkansas Tech University provide to our students. And on behalf of all 11,832 of those current students and the more than 50,000 living alumni of Arkansas Tech University, in this season of thankfulness and gratefulness, we just want to say thank you, and thank you to all of your faculty colleagues and all of our staff colleagues for all that they do to make Arkansas Tech such a special place.
Thank you so much, Sam. You didn't tell me you were going to make me cry.